got 215 yards to the front of the green. The lie does not suit her, so laying up with an iron.
Well, there's a lot of long grass. That looks like it's in trouble. I think she's come up well short
No, we're
of it.
good.
No,
Yeah,
I know
we're
that.
all
I was
good.
just pointing out for people watching who may think she's in the long grass. That's not the case.
Alison Lee surge up the leaderboard. She's 4 back at the moment of Maguire, who looks like she's going to drop 1. Hall is now her third.
Alison Lee just made her first par on the 7th. Birdie followed by a bogey and then 4 birdies in a row.
Talking of comebacks, I mean, and late back 9 charges all day long, Alison Lee.
Back to the 6th.
Up the hill, off the knuckle from the bunker.
So just a par, opening birdie for Georgia Hall. 2 putting for her birdie there, and pars all the way since. Has a history around here. Georgia Hall, 4th, 2nd and 5th in the 3 previous editions at the Centurion Club. So we know she likes it around here, but hasn't picked off the win.
What a shot in by Leona.
Bounce happens, but then 3 putting as well. That's compounding the error. So Georgia Hall, even though there won't be a birdie from her here, knocks this in. She's in a share of the lead suddenly.
So, 7 under par now, leading the way, and that brings Alison Lee very much into contention, and the American has the mojo. She's got the momentum going her way as well, has already rattled off 5 birdies.
And what a chance she's...
For a pine forest, absolutely lovely. And then 6 and 7 opens up, very inviting tee shots. Here she is now, par 4, Hall co-leader.
No need for a driver. 260 is your maximum. That runs out the bunkers and the fairway.
Sophie, these 3 players in the final group, Sarah Schobert, Georgia Hall, Leona Maguire, they all have their distinct way of playing. You look at Leona Maguire's bag, it's full of woods. Tell us about how they each play the game at the top level, because it's very...
168 yards left for Georgia Hall. A back pin, pitch it short of it, it all runs away. 7-9.
Well, she's talking to that as if she doesn't like it. Not too bad.
Hannah Burke looks like the happiest golfer out there. I want to try and play with Hannah Burke because she suffered a couple of double bogeys midway through her first round, but came bouncing off the golf course. She's got good body language, good approach to the game.
She's a wonderful person. She's someone who you're always very happy to be in her presence and to talk to, and a great ambassador of the game.
Birdie putts all round there, and 7.
This is the place to be, out the back of the green. You've avoided the hump. It'll still move from right to left for Georgia Hall, and it will be quick. The last 6 feet especially. If she misses this low left, it's going to run a long way, so needs to keep this outside right. Get down.
Well, that is a huge misjudgment from Georgia Hall. You don't expect to see that.
She speaks a lot about her rhythm, doesn't she, in her putting stroke. Says, when my rhythm's good and mentally I'm good, then it's all right. But that was a quick shove by Georgia Hall there.
Set herself up nicely to do it. That would be to join these 2 players, Leona and Georgia, at the top.
Which is amazing because she started the day 7 back. We haven't even hit the back 9.
And that's if Georgia holds this.
How far past has this one gone? Keep it outside the left.
You got a feeling that that was going to be big for Georgia mentally. Obviously, momentum-wise, that's huge, but Leona gifted her a present with her double bogey to draw even, and a 3-putt bogey was not the right response to that gift.
You just feel there's no spark, no good feelings and momentum in this.
You know, I made the point earlier that there's more nerves in the final group, fine, but these two are Solheim Cup players, so you think if anyone knows how to handle nerves on a big stage, it's these two.
They're LPGA Tour winners, never
Yeah.
mind LET winners as well.
Yeah, just not quite getting it going. So, you know, sometimes you just need to see the other person make
It's not you. It's not you. Leona and Georgia are two people that Charlie Hull loves to play golf with. They're all total opposites in that sense. But in terms of game, Georgia's hitting it further. I've just seen Kate, her personal trainer, and booked in because she's added some length as Georgia Hall. This driver, that's going to be down the left. Is it going to miss that one? Yeah, that's good. And in terms of Sarah, she's very relaxed, very soft. In fact, all three of them very softly spoken. But they are talking, and actually Georgia is the one that's initiating the conversation with Sarah, so that's nice. 15 yards long, misjudgment. So from the back of the divot, which is helpful for Georgia, she's going to get into this one steep from 112 yards. Should leave a pretty significant divot here. Drilling one in.
Abbreviated follow through. Oh, getting a bit of action though from Paul.
Another one going long. Georgia, twice a winning captain, could make it 3 later, but never won an individual Aramco Team Series event. She has won the Aramco Europe, flying left, right and centre.
Georgia, on the other hand, 4 in a row already. The pin and the slope that Maguire hit, there's 2 yards between pin and that, so needs to be careful here. Almost dribbling it down.
Yeah. Maybe got a little bit nervy after seeing Leona Maguire's ball rush past.
I would say quite handy to go last out of those 3.
Yeah, for her second LET victory. She's got that ability and she's got that experience to shoot a very low number indeed.
Oh, hopefully tidying up. No problem. Yeah, and a significant back 9 for Alison Lee. She is one of the players who's in the Solheim Cup team for Team USA on her world ranking, and there are some good Rolex ranking points on offer here this week.
Oh, an absolute beauty. Georgia's also gone with the wood.
Okay, you know when you've started poorly and you think, right, I need to make something happen and I'm going to hit driver, but it gets really narrow. 240 yards is kind of your maximum with this downslope before you see 2 bunkers on the right and water on the left. So Sarah Schober's ball is position A, but you don't want to be any longer than that.
Yeah, as you were describing that wonderfully, Sophie, there was that going up the hole on the right-hand side of your screens.
Oh, that's a nice kick. That is a nice kick for Georgia Hall. I know the fairway does slope from left to right, but in the air she was worried that was heading for the long grass.
Oof, good layup, yeah?
Just.
And that means from there, you know, but
75 yards.
if you don't pronounce your T's, Henny, then you sound like me.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to try because I will offend half of the nation.
230 yards to the front for Georgia Hall. Grabbed herself a lie, it kicked back into the semi-rough. The grass is with her. The wind is back into her face, so this is full pelt, but she can get somewhere close. And the pin is front left, so down the right side and have it kick in. She'll need to lean on this one though. 3 wood.
Oh, that was a good looking strike. Okay, nicely done. Yet Sophie gets a little bit in trouble when Charlie Hull is playing with Georgia Hall because her hull is a hall.
Yes. I wouldn't have been very good at Dow last week, would I, when they were playing together?
Yeah. Done very well for pace.
Yeah, wonderful. That's the really nice thing from Georgia, being so close. She didn't have to worry about fighting the spin from a pitch shot further back down the fairway. She could be a little bit more aggressive little bit of a downhill. Maybe that's why just the shake of the head, because she would ideally have wanted to just finish that slightly below the...
He's quick from back there. Birdie putt
Left
now.
the stage. Yeah, left the stage for Georgia. Back down the hill here. This one is quick. Don't need to worry about pace. Just a hair of movement from right to left.
What a time for a birdie. And so there we go. We haven't seen many smiles from Georgia Hall, certainly after her back nine yesterday where she limped home. But now 7 under par and has joined Alison Lee at the top. It's going to be musical chairs, I feel, at the top today. Week, are you?
Maybe. So par 3 11th, we saw par 4 10th rather, Georgia Hall now in a share of the lead.
Probably a little less than that, to be fair.
And yesterday came back in 39, didn't she? That front nine, and that was the reason why she was 2 behind Leona Maguire. But she played this 9 great, 5 under par. She was flying, dressed in the red and white of England, coming off the back of the birdie on 9. All she needs to worry about here is a bunker down the left-hand side, but that would be quite a big tweak left. The shot that she's aiming to get rid of in her game is the pull with Robert Rock. So if that one comes in, the bunker is there for her. Downwind, straight back up the hill here on 10. Favour the right half of the fairway.
No need to watch that one.
A joy to watch. Beautiful flight, beautiful stroke.
Born deaf, she has implants in her ear, so she's got 80 to 90% hearing now.
102 yards, gap wedge for Georgia Hall, playing half a club uphill.
Oh, cracking shot. Wow, what a time to strike.
Georgia's coming alive.
Yes. I should say that when Gabby was talking to Narinder, Dick Shadaga's father, and he sees Gabby at these events, and he said to her at the last event, he goes, you know, you look like a professional when I see you.
Easy. Now there's hardly a breath of wind. You see the flagstick hanging limp there, and it's the warmest it's been. So it's very much a recalibration for the players out there.
Georgia Hall and Leona Maguire in this final 3-ball. Up against one another here, but up against an American and so many top 10s.
Finally, the wait for a birdie putt. This for back-to-back for Georgia, and to get another one in front of Maguire. Left to right.
And significantly, one ahead of Alison Lee as well. Walked that one in, Georgia Hall. Back-to-back birdies in the nick of time. She's the one to catch now.
This is certainly her back nine. What a story she's been. She's 20.
Border has one of the best swings in the world. But it's that flat stick that can sometimes do her wrong.
Yeah, taking on Alison Lee, who I'm sure will be part of the American Solheim Cup team. Leona Maguire and Georgia Hall fighting for the title, but have been side by side when it comes for Team Europe. Put together first in 20...
And Leona felt comfortable under her leadership.
Yeah, they were in 2023 together as well, beating Lexi Thompson and Lilia Vu. So 2 matches they've played together only. They've won both of them.
Yeah.
Well, if it comes behind, is it really...
But Sophie, I mean, fair to say, they don't really hang out together off the course, do they? It's a partnership very much put together by Katrina.
Yeah, but you can see why, can't you? We've been talking about their competitiveness and their styles of golf. They both kind of love that match play element, and the closer they get to the green, the more they seem to thrive. Leona's got a really, I was going to say sick personality because I didn't want that to come across wrong. She's funny, she's dry, and so's Georgia, so there is that aspect to their relationship. This par 3, trying to get the wind, it's from left to right, and Georgia is moving to the right-hand side of the tee box. That's because there's a front left pin, so she's trying to create some form of angle. 171 yards. Would like to draw it in against that wind.
Oh, come on, chase up. That abbreviated follow through. That was the wrong club from Hall. She was brilliant on the opening day, made a very good 2. But yeah, she said, I don't know what happened there. Gone for the French woman. That'd be a nice way to finish.
Absolutely, such an accessible pin on 18. So if it comes down to it, if Georgia's right there neck and neck with Alison Lee, there is an eagle to be made up ahead on 18. But that was a wonderful chip from Georgia. A little further back on the par 3 11th, and she'll have that to brush up for her par. Now kick on. Down the hill, slightly from the left-hand side here for Georgia.
Well, it was a pretty good chip shot, but it's going to be a bogey, her second of the day.
That's the wrong club off the tee.
Well, again, and Leona is lucky to be one back. Georgia giving her a little bit of a gift there.
And I wonder, you know, we've got Agathe Suzanne with an eagle chance coming up at 18. Has 6 under got a chance if she can knock it in and get it minus the lead? So 7 under leading. Yeah, 18 certainly is a hole where you're looking to make progress, but the other par 5s, 13 and 15, aren't guaranteed for us. You've got the tough 12.
Well, these players will be thankful that it's not as into the wind as it was yesterday here on 12, a simpler tee shot. Just trying to take it to the top of this plateau on this par 4, downhill, left-hand side, it'll all kick in. Oh, she's walked after that one.
Likes it.
Save that a bit.
Yeah, she's feeding it again, Georgia Hall. She said on the back 9 yesterday, which she played in 5 under, let's not forget that it was best she played in months. Went a little ragged, but Robert Rock with her on the driving range early this morning. 5 under on the back 9 this afternoon may well get the job done.
Yeah, she's been working hard on turning things around. As you said, she went back to her coach, Robert Rock.
Park, that's what Michelle Wee had, and that's why she adopted the American, the tabletop position where she was bent over at 90 degrees. She thought the lower she was to the ground, the more chance she had of putting better.
I did try that, and it's very sore on the back. I don't know how she could... Okay, fine on the golf course, but to maintain that in practice, the tabletop was something else.
That's why I'm a good putter, because I'm short. Right, middle of the fairway. Georgia Hall had to hit 3 wood. She didn't want to go in the water with the driver. 120 yards downhill, 110 carries the water. Ball significantly below her feet. Trying to force a wedge.
Walking after it a few times. Can she get the action? Oh, unlucky not to get the spin back towards the hole. But it's a chance of a 3.
That slope there on 12, which Georgia Hall found herself.
Biggest names in British golf, in Georgia Hall and Leona Maguire.
The putt she's missed today has been down the right-hand side. So keep an eye out for the start line with this birdie putt.
It was a beautiful start line, just missing a revolution or 2.
So Hall will remain 1 back of Alison Lee, who is a hole ahead. Already made a birdie at the 13th. Looks like a straightforward tap-in for Maguire. Will move to within one.
Kate's no a moment ago.
No, not just a no, an emphatic within a split second no. Meanwhile,
I don't want
Georgia
to sit
Hall.
on the fence.
We'll explain, we promise.
I tell you what, it's getting slow out here. George has said, you know, when is it going to hurry up? We've had 3 groups on 13. It's just kind of not the flow that she wants. She wants to be walking quickly, and it's not happening, so she'll need to stay patient. Carry on the bunker on the right-hand side, 230 yards. A dog leg from left to right. That Sarah Schober ball is perfect. She'd love to finish in between Maguire and the Austrians. Golf ball here. Take it down the left half and let the wind just push it back to the right.
Steady.
Listen, I know you get what you're given, but I would love to see the playoff where Georgia Hall...
It'll be for Georgia Hall.
Well, she's got a couple of hybrids in the bag, and she starts with a 5-iron, so this will be one more for her, which I think is a good play. Coming out the semi-rough, she's going to get less spin, it's going to release, so she's going to aim to the front right of the green and try and get it to roll up there. 210 yards to the pin. Wants to land it short of that though.
Better here.
Settle.
Okay, but that's good there. Pin high right. She'll avoid those 2 little humps at the front of the green that you can see there, those darker shadowy patches, and she'll have a pretty simple chip across. It's definitely the best leave of the 3.
She's just walking over a mound, which is going to have to be negotiated here. It's quick. The decision is, do you land it on top and then let the contours do the work, or do you fly it most of the way? Now, the fact is she's in the second cut and it's off a downslope, so she's going to have to work with this slope rather than try and land it over it all. So needs to pick a landing point to the right of the hole, maybe about 6 yards ahead of her, and then it'll kick down the hill towards the cup. She's got to lay the blade open and flight it high and soft just to get the control, as if she plays this one low, it's going to release down to the front of the green. This is a high risk shot right now for Georgia Hall.
Yeah, she slid that club face under beautifully, and you can understand why she erred on the left-hand side, because that slope in this damp sand.
Well protected, this pin, that bunker that Maguire found herself in, and then Georgia keeping it down the right-hand side. She get on to this left portion of the green there. There isn't a lot of movement. She saw Maguire's edge from left to right, so this from the other side, right edge putt for Georgia Hall.
Yeah, didn't perhaps learn from Leona's that there isn't as much break at the hole than perhaps you'd have thought, and also that paired with being a little heavy-handed. A bit of work to do for her part.
Wonder how much of this Lauren Walsh is watching right now. Alison Lee with a tricky par putt to come. No one making birdie at 13. It's all hard.
Bogeys slipping out of a share for the lead that she's currently in, and this for Georgia Hall is to stay in that share for the lead. It's a current 3-way tie between Georgia, Leona and Alison.
Wow. Out of nowhere, a bogey 6 from Georgia Hall. That is a major blow to her chances.
Kelly Jo rushing to catch up to her to just from what we've witnessed so far.
Seven iron also here for Georgia. Just wants to control this one though. Doesn't need to go after it.
So Kate's was an emphatic no to 6 under having a chance. I mean, what's your thoughts?
I think sitting in the clubhouse at 6 under, you've got a definite chance. The only slightly wrong there.
And she nearly flew it all the way in.
Stunning.
Again, she's rushed it past Georgia Hall, very similar to the length she left.
There's got to be some self-doubt going on with Georgia right now, especially over these short putts. The golfing gods have given her another one. Inside right, wait for it to make the noise of dropping in the cup.
Well, it was confidently done. Avoids a third bogey in 4 holes.
Yeah, you have to say that that was key to her challenge. She's got a par 5 next. Birdie opportunity could...
Good angle back up this fairway. She's got 160 to the run out that I was talking about. That tree she isn't going to hit it, but it's certainly going to be on her mind. You know, as you take the club back, you think, oh, can I feel it? Is it there? You're looking over at your caddy for them to feel that. So she'll play it in the back of a stance. Just try and punch out a mid-iron towards the owner's golf ball.
Seemed a good contact.
Yeah, that's scurrying along. Good recovery from Hall.
Yeah, really good. Would have taken that for sure.
She can play those punch shots in her sleep though, can't she, Kate?
Well, major champion and around Lytham St Anne's. Yeah, she's a beautiful ball striker. Ooh, but it's an exciting finish. It's close.
Well, it is. It's just the finale we wanted, really. Still sort of 4 or 5 potential champions out there. It's the 3 that are played in the Solheim Cup. Alison Lee, Leona Maguire and Georgia Hall are the most likely candidates, but Lauren Walsh has posted the round of the week as 65, 6 under. Is it enough? Well, let's get her thoughts. Maguire 1 over par for the day.
I don't have tally, no tally.
Georgia being down the left-hand side, she's at the low point of this fairway, so she's on a flat par, 111 yards to the pin, pitching wedge, add at least a club. You want to pitch it beyond this flag as well.
And is that the pitter-patter of rain I hear?
Maybe.
Giving herself the Alison Lee putt up the slope there. Lee didn't make hers at the moment.
First time I've seen that today, to check the line on this one. Uphill, left to right, but how much does it go from left to right? They've both worked hard on it.
Didn't like that, up and out of it very quickly.
Well, we said it really from the first few holes. It's just been lacking a bit of spark in this final group. All the fireworks really happening behind them.
Just get one, it will feel like target achieved.
So 5s all round. Three holes to play. and it's extremely tight still.
Did not carry the bunker down the right-hand side, Richard, so she is in trouble off the tee. Is going to have 200 yards in from a fairway bunker. The carry on that bunker is 220 yards, and it's downwind. So Georgia Hall can easily carry it. She's more worried about the bunker in the middle of the fairway at 300 yards.
So if Georgia's got a 3-wood in her hands, just to try and take that bunker you said she was worried about out of play. Oh, got so lucky there. Hop and a skip down the right-hand side of the fairway. And there you go. That was her taking that bunker out of play.
Yeah, I think I heard Joe say got away with that one.
Alison Lee dropping the shot on 18 to fall out of that share of the lead.
Yeah, who would have thought it? 6 under could be leading in a moment.
126 yards left for Georgia. Really downwind now, the strongest the wind has been. 50-degree wedge.
Oh, stay brilliantly done. If you're just joining us about an hour ago, Richard Kaufman said to Kate, could 6 under par be the winning score? And Kate said, fast and furiously, no. And she'll never live it down.
There's still a lot of life left in these holes.
Go through your routine. She'll be feeling the nerves.
Georgia Hall for the lead.
Stand still, guys. Thank you.
Oh, she was walking after that. She thought she had it.
She did. She thought she had that. It was a wonderful stroke that she put on it. A wonderful roll.
So close.
You're seeing minimum 2-3 bogeys, even on the best of scorecards that we've had out there.
So Sophie, we've got a new target and something else to deal with now.
The rain is spoiling the parade. The wind's got up, the rain's coming down as Georgia Hall steps onto the 17th tee box. 132 yards. It's only 5 yards over the back of it though.
Turned away from that quickly, but I don't know why, because that is perfect.
I think that was just to get under the umbrella.
Oh, fine, fair enough.
Yeah.
Keep that glove dry. Keep yourself dry.
There's no shine away from the leaderboard right now for Georgia.
Interesting, because not all players want to know. Georgia certainly is one of those that wants to know what's required.
This back portion of the green, everything funnels to the back right. So she won't need to worry too much about pace. We saw that with Sarah's putt. You'd think it's got to want to come from right to left on her. It came so close on the last hole. That putt, she's got to keep that in her mind. That positive strike, this one from right to left for a 2.
And if she does make it, she'll be the red-hot favourite heading to 18.
Went quick left on her straight off the bat. So no birdies from the final group on 17.
Well, she was pipped by an eagle here 2 years ago by Bronte Law. An eagle. Well, she's going to be likely to be in one playoff, Georgia Hall. I mean, Hetty, she'd take another one as well, wouldn't she, right
She
now?
undoubtedly would, yeah. She's one back. She must make birdie on 18 if she holds this. This is for par. She still must make one birdie or eagle to win outright. The drama continues here at Centurion.
Come on, Georgia.
Yeah, she's got the team playoff to come. And interestingly, one of her teammates just eagled that hole, Hannah Burke. And Nastasia Nadeau, who I assume will be the player in the playoff with her as far as the team's concerned, she finished about an hour and a half ago now.
Yeah.
The wind is freshening back into the player's face. Georgia's birdied this hole both rounds. She's not carrying that bunker at 245. She has to miss it down the left-hand side. Can't see the bunker from the tee shot. You want to be aiming at the left edge of the hospitality, the white roof in the distance. The tee shot sets up this par 5. It must be a good one.
Could be nice. That is absolutely perfect.
That is, she couldn't have asked for a better shape, better tee shot at that time. 89% on the Aramco energy meter as well. That was a thing of beauty from Georgia Hall. You've got to step up and hit your shot there. There is no place to hide. That is what you practice for. That is what you prepare for. It's moments like this. As a junior, you will have gone, okay, maybe it was for another tournament or the Women's Open or whatever you want to throw on the line, but you go, birdie here wins this. Hole this putt wins that. These are the moments that you practice for.
Well, it's been a quiet year, really, for Georgia Hall. Hasn't had a top 10 worldwide in 2024. Leona Maguire as well. She would say herself it's been an up and down season. Did have a runner-up finish in the LPGA match play, losing to who else at that time of the year than to Nelly Korda. But these are two players that have both won on the LPGA Tour. Both have been stars of Europe's unbelievable run in the Solheim Cup. They still have
85 yards, but it's a worse lie than Maguire. The ball is so much below her feet. This is going to come out low and right, you would think. So it's a tough pick-up from here.
Oh, we hear the ooze of the crowd as she tugged that left. Didn't quite get the same vigorous kick off the slope. It was a lot higher up the slope than Leona's. What an incredible moment for Leona Maguire to draw first blood.
It has been a day with a few twists and turns, and Georgia Hall, I'm sure, will be thinking, I can still make my 3.
Oh, undoubtedly. She'll be trying to chip in here.
90 plus 4 last minute winner.
The lie's good, you know. It's a chip-in lie. Plenty of grass around it. It'll move from left to right as it hits the putting surface.
Are you calling it, Soph? Are you calling the chip in?
Yeah, it's certainly going to scare the hole. Take it 2 feet outside the left, land it just on the edge of the green.
Just didn't quite advance it far enough, but that is set up for the birdie opportunity, and with a birdie she would join the clubhouse leader Maria Hernandez.
And I look like the club just got caught up in the grass a little bit there.
I'm imagining the danger there, Sophus, that she could. Yes, indeed. She'll still have to try and get it up there if she can, as this birdie putt is to finish in a tie for second alongside Maria Hernandez. But absolute magic from Leona Maguire, up 18 there. Gutsy finish. Well, on a day she was 2 over standing on the 18th tee, so that gives you a reflection of her play.
Yeah, ever since that birdie started, it was such a struggle for Maguire, but she's dug deep there, produced the goods when it really mattered. Hall then for the birdie. And she will match Leona Maguire's round of 73. Led at times today, did Georgia Hall, but it'll be another near miss at this Aramco Team Series event.